If you ever refer to yourself as broke, cheap, or poor, this today is for you. The reason I wanted to talk about this today is because there are so many crazy, unbelievable opportunities to make money in the online space, and yet so many people still feel like they don't have money. We are diving into how to make 10K months as an online coach. It is so tangible and so possible, but very few people have actually taken the time to break this down and really unbox the how, the math, the logic of how would I actually strategize and make this happen. So that's what we are talking about today. If you're just jumping on for the first time, my name is Jen Casey. I am a business strategy coach, and I work with online entrepreneurs, specifically those in the health and wellness field, and I help my people turn social media into sales. And that's really what today is all about, helping you guys actually monetize your message. We are going to walk through the steps of how you would actually package your expertise so that you can make money. There are far too many people walking around with brilliance, walking around with just a wealth of knowledge, and they don't know the steps of how to actually put it out there and sell it. And so they're just like, oh, I can't afford this. I'm still broke. I'm going to stay at my 9-to-5 job. And I'm sharing this with you today specifically. This is kind of a playoff of something that I saw back 3 years ago in 2014. And it was a video of Brendon Burchard. I love this man. He completely changed my mindset about what was possible in regards to monetizing your message. He broke down how to make $1 million through digital marketing and coaching. And it opened my eyes to everything that I really want to share and pass on to you today. So here's the deal. If you are a business owner, if you are an online coach, if you are a thought leader, there are so many incredible ways that you could be making money, and you're probably sitting there going, well, I can't even think of a single one. Well, first of all, you can be an author, a speaker, an online coach. You could be running live events. You could be doing some kind of online marketing, affiliate marketing, network marketing. There are so many ways to have streams of income coming to you that relate to your expertise. It's crazy. But the first step, of course, is figuring out your expertise. What are you good at? And I think that piece right there is the thing that so many people get hung up on. They're like, well, am I expert enough? Well, other people in this industry are already sharing similar things, especially with health coaches. People are like, well, yeah, super saturated. How am I going to stand out as a health coach? You need to get out of the mindset that you don't have anything to share and recognize that you do. You have a life experience. You are a human being on planet Earth, and you've lived through things. And your experiences make you unique. You do not need to be the be-all, end-all expert, the doctor who jumps on every podcast and radio station and has his own TV show. You just need to be you and just move forward with what we're going to talk about today and welcome the idea that you are expert enough. Now, when I first heard this breakdown, I didn't have an expertise. I have a notebook that I found from 2014 where I took copious amounts of notes, and I'm writing down all this terminology. I had no idea what half of it meant at the time, and now it's things that I teach for a living, and it's hilarious. It was crazy to look back at that and go, I'm like, I don't know what Kajabi is, but I'm going to write this in my notes. Membership sites, Kajabi. And now that's what Angie and I have used to build our entire program, all of our stuff, and that's where we host the Wellpreneur Business Academy. So a little plug for Kajabi there. But the crazy thing about this is that we overcomplicate it. So if you have some kind of expertise, really ask yourself, what are the things that you could be doing and creating in order to package that expertise? And maybe you're like, well, I'm not expert enough yet. All right, fine. What is something that you're really excited to go and study and maybe get a certification or go back to school and get XYZ or take some online courses and study under somebody who's already done the thing that you want to do? What do you need to do and learn and research in order to make sure that you are somebody who can step forward as an expert or a thought leader? And I have to tell you, being a research expert is one of the easiest ways to be an expert. There are people who, in any industry, have written books, not on their own experience and results, but on other people's. So they will write a book, and it's just a collection of interviews of other industry professionals. Even Tony Robbins, his book on money mastery, what's inside that book? It's like 100 interviews of all the top wealth experts in the world. It's Tony Robbins, and even he wasn't going to sit down and say, I'm the be-all, end-all expert on manifesting money and having a good sense of how to organize your money. He even went and did some research. So this is the first piece, right? So to break this down, as an online coach, as somebody who's trying to make money in the online space, you can do one-on-one coaching. This is one of the fastest and easiest ways to start earning an income. Why? Because you don't have to sit there and go, oh, well, I got to create a video and then I have to have 4 million PDFs and it has to be perfect and yada, yada, yada. If you have some level of expertise, all you need to do is find somebody who is a few steps behind you and reach out and mentor them. You're like, wait, that's it? That's all I have to do? Yeah, that's all you have to do. It's really, I swear, it's that simple. Now, figuring out your pricing, that's another conversation, and we'll kind of dive into that in a little bit. But listen, you could do one-on-one coaching. You could do group coaching. And I know a lot of you already do group coaching. But I have to ask you, what are you charging for it? We've really got to up-level our money mindset around that and really say, okay, how am I going to get to those 10K months? Based on the things that I have in place right now, how many people can I actually logistically put in this program? How many people can I handle? How much energy and attention am I giving to these individuals? And am I ever going to be able to get to the income level that I deserve? So really ask yourself, and I know that this is a big thing with a lot of you guys who are affiliated with other companies, and you are kind of set in terms of what you're able to charge people. You don't have that flexibility. So this is especially valuable for you guys because you get to really start thinking outside the box of how can you add in some additional streams of income. So you can also host live events. Now maybe you're like, oh, that's not for me. Well, you could do a webinar. You could do an online event where you teach, right, on live video. You could do it inside a Facebook group. Now that live video is out, you could do some kind of mastermind. So I know a lot of you already do similar things where you've got a couple of friends who you are connected with, who maybe you speak to on a regular basis, but maybe there are some people in your industry who are always messaging you, who are looking for that additional support, maybe just in your industry, a little outside your industry, in your network marketing company, and they're not necessarily paying you or they're not a part of your team. So really ask yourself, is there a way that you can put together some kind of mastermind community that you are going to lead, you will hold people accountable, and have them come and collaborate in this, a live Zoom call or something, right? Something that you could set up every single week. How can you hold people accountable? That's a huge, huge thing. You guys don't need to reinvent the wheel when it comes to content. Especially in the health and wellness, life coaching, there's so much content out there. One of the biggest things people are looking for is someone to bounce ideas off of. Someone to say, oh, that's a good idea. Or, hey, let's unbox this a little bit and really talk this through. You can also create digital products. This is one that a lot of people get intimidated by because maybe it requires them to get on camera. Oh my God, scary, right? I know. I literally, guys, if you saw some of the original videos that I put up, I tried to go through and delete most of them off of the old internet, but they're not cute. And I knew they weren't that great, but I realized that it was better for me to just do the best that I could. People knew I was clearly a little bit uncomfortable, but who cares, right? I got on camera, I showed up, I was awkward, I was monotone, I was very scripted, but it didn't matter because I got the information out there and it was practice. Because now I could just get on video and be weird and just talk and ramble and, we got people here. So it gets easier as you start to do it more and more. So getting to the digital product stuff, it could be a membership site. It could be an ebook. For those of you who are like, I don't want to do any kind of video. I'm not ready for that yet. You could do an audio. If you literally hate being on camera, record your voice. You can handle that, right? You pre-record it. You've got plenty of time to edit it. You could put together some PDFs, some guidebooks. For those of you who are in health and wellness, I know a lot of you guys will do little meal plan ebook guides. Some of you guys will have membership sites. So there's so many things that you could do. You can have courses. Like I said before, you could do webinars, and you just got to start thinking about how can you package your expertise. because there's so many ways. And I do not want you to go and run out and try to implement every single one of these things by tomorrow. Please listen. That is not going to happen, nor does it need to. I want you to think about what is the one that is going to help me the most right now, today. Which one will I be able to monetize and get up and running the fastest? Which one will bring me the most joy? If you are the type of person that wants to create an online course with 40 weeks of videos and lots of PDFs, and that everything has to be perfect, that you have to get the right lighting, the right camera before you can start, then that is not the thing that you should begin with. That is not the thing to begin with. Begin with some kind of live in-person interaction, because otherwise you're going to get stuck. You're going to get stuck and you're not going to do it. One of the greatest things that I did was I did a live video course, and I filmed it live. It was a 5-day free course. I did it live inside of a Facebook group, and I just jumped on and I had my notes and I was reading a little bit off my content, but that was really cool. It was a really great way for me to just kind of get the ball rolling in terms of creating digital content. It was one really, really easy thing to do. So, start thinking about how you can do that as well within your niche. Okay, so ready? I'm going to break this down for you guys. You're like, all right, Jen, tell me how to make 10K months. This seems totally out there. Seems totally crazy. Ready? So I'm going to give you guys 3 things that you can have up and running in the next couple of months that will bring you 10K months. So the first thing you would maybe have in place, and this is just an example, you can structure this however you want. You can do one-on-one coaching. You get 4 clients a month, 4 clients at $1,500. So 4 clients, you're doing one-on-one coaching, $1,500. $6,000. You just made 6K. Boom. Okay, so that's the first piece. Then maybe you do some kind of video course. Maybe you're charging $200. So this is some kind of maybe a live course that you're doing. Maybe it's 4 weeks long. Maybe it's something that you've pre-recorded. Maybe it's live videos that you've taken down and repurposed. You get 10 people a month to pay $200 for this course. 10 people. Tangible, right? That's easy to do. 10 people. $2,000. So right now we've got 4 people in for your one-on-one. You made 6K. Now you've got 10 more people in for your mini course at $200, and you made another $2,000. Is this kind of blowing your mind right now? Did you guys ever sit down and do the math on this? You're like, wait a minute, I can actually put this out there. People will buy my stuff and I can make that kind of money. Then you put out a mini ebook. Maybe this is a recipe guide. Maybe this is a guide to lifting. I don't know. You guys can be so creative with this stuff. And you're charging $20. You get 100 people in at $20, and that's another $2,000. So now we've got 6K, we got 2K, and we got another 2K. Well, guess what? You just made your 5-figure months. You just made 10K in 1 month. Okay? That is how we break it down. And of course, there's a million different variations that you can have in terms of maybe doing a mastermind. You could literally even do a webinar. A webinar, or, I wouldn't necessarily do a webinar personally, but do a live video that you have inside a private group, or maybe you do a live Zoom call and people pay $20, $100, $297, whatever it is, to get on that, where you are going to present certain content and answer questions and do live coaching. You get 15 people on. Dude, you can actually make some real money. You guys have to stop overcomplicating the way that you are trying to make money. Okay? And it's also important to realize that the purpose of this is to have multiple streams of income. And like I said, we're not doing all of these at once, but multiple streams of income is important because in any industry, there are things that happen in seasons. There's, the holiday season, more people are into losing weight. And then after, they're not into losing weight. Then after the holiday season, people are really, really into it. So everything's happening in seasons. So some things you might have more sales at certain times of the year. So that's one reason why it's important. But the other cool thing about having various streams of income is that you can have launches. So right now, my business partner Angie and I, we are launching out the Wellpreneur Business Academy. Now, this is a program that we only run 1 to 3 times a year. And because of that, during those times where the class is in session, no one else can join the program. They have to wait until the next launch of the program in order to participate. And so this is a great thing that you can do as well. You know, some of you do monthly online accountability groups. Some of you do them every 6 months. But this is a really great way to kind of have things going in season so that if you really want to focus on one area of your expertise for 3 months, then the next season you focus on some other kind of launch and you build all of your content around that. And so it's really relevant for, you know, the holiday season or the summer season. And it also keeps it a little bit more vibrant and interesting for you as someone who's creating the content and putting out live videos and making blog posts or whatever. Okay, so now I want to kind of talk about putting a price tag on the content that you are putting out there. Far too many people want to give away everything for free. What's the dealio? Let's have a real conversation about this. Why are we giving everything away for free? Now listen, Angie and I, right now, we're giving away free content. We jump on live video, we're on podcasts, we're always giving away good stuff, and we're showing people what we're about, what we believe in. But we also have a lot of content and private coaching that we do that you do have to pay in order to participate in. And so I need you guys to recognize that it's absolutely okay for you to put a price tag on what you're worth. I've seen too many people who have courses that are valued at $800 where they take that, and even on their sales page, they cross that off and put down that you can get in for $50. Well, if it's valued at $800, why are you charging me $50? Or why are you charging me $20? Like, now as a consumer, I'm like, why is this so cheap? Or for those of you who are in network marketing, who are giving out free samples. That is the fast track to devaluing your product. People have no skin in the game. You are at a loss because you're giving away free stuff and you don't even know if the person's taking it. I do not believe in giving away free samples. This is kind of a little tangent, but I have to add this in because I know a lot of you guys are affiliated with a network marketing company. I don't believe in giving away free samples. I believe instead the better way to go about this is to offer people samples and charge for them. Don't call them, or don't even call them samples, call them, packets or whatever, however it's packaged. This is really important because the perceived value of what you're putting out there is almost more important than the actual value. I mean, there are so many people who Angie and I work with who, have purchased courses that are like $200 or $50 or $300, whatever, and they might have been really great courses with phenomenal content, but they're like, yeah, I never went through it. Or you get your entire inbox has freemiums, and you're like, yeah, I never opened them. Well, why not? Because you didn't have skin in the game. You didn't have a reason to open it because you didn't think that it was necessarily value. You didn't think that you were going to get anything valuable out of it. And so if you are in the online space and you are charging pennies for content that should be in the hundreds or thousands, well, guess what? People who are on the cheaper side, who don't necessarily want to invest, they're the ones that are going to be attracted to you. And one day when Angie and I, we were talking to our students in the Wellpreneur Business Academy, and Angie and I actually goes, listen guys, I'm going to be really honest with you. If I were to hire a health coach, I would not work with anybody who's less than like $1,000 or $2,000 because I want somebody who is going to show up for me in such a big way that I'm going to see results, that I'm going to learn something new that I don't already know. And then everyone was like, pick me, I'll do it, pick me, right? But this is the mentality that if you want to make money online and you want to attract people who are looking for a premium product, you have to charge a premium price. And then, of course, show up with really, really amazing, valuable content. But there's too many people who are charging next to nothing for their services and then wondering why they're still broke. I've had many conversations over the last 2 weeks with tons of women who are like, yeah, I charged like $100, $120 for, this 3-month course that I'm doing, and I'm really burnt out from this already. I'm in there every single day. I'm creating new content, and there's only 10 women in it, and I really didn't make any money. So I can't buy groceries, and I can't feed my kid, and we're going into debt. And I'm just like, this is bananas. This is absolutely crazy. This is crazy. You guys have to be able to slap a price tag on what you are doing and own the shit out of it. Yes, you can look at what's going on in the industry and get a sense of what the average is, but at the end of the day, people are going to see your prices as higher and go, well, I'm probably going to get more value from what she's providing because it's more expensive. It's more expensive. We go to the fancier restaurants because we think they're going to be better. We buy the shirt that's $10 more because we feel like it's going to be a better quality. It's going to be a nicer fabric, a better fit. We understand why things have a higher price point. And if you want to be the type of service that provides fast food like McDonald's, the quality you're getting, but you're paying $1, so you're not mad about it. If you want to be the fast food of your industry, then continue to charge absolute pennies. And, you're going to attract people who want a low quality because they don't want to cough up the cash. But if you want the higher end people who are serious, who are going to show up, who are going to make your work a freaking joy because they're excited to be there, they're ready to learn, they're coachable, then you've got to up-level. You have got to up-level your money mindset about what you are actually worth. And do you guys see how in all of this, it's this whole idea that we overcomplicate making money? And I did this for a long time myself, where I stayed in a state of lack, where I was completely stuck on the idea that, I would maybe get $40 per client, but then I would coach them for 6 months to a year. And all I would make was that $40, but because they had purchased something from me, then they were entitled somehow to my services. And I was in such a state of not having enough people coming in the door that I just wanted to overplease everyone. But in doing that, I only attracted people who were broke. And this was early on, back in early or mid 2000, when I launched my health coaching business. Obviously now I do business coaching, but at that time I was in my early 20s and I was working, or I was surrounded by, my warm market was broke actors and restaurant folk. So it was like bartenders and servers, and we made a lot of money, but nobody really wanted to invest. Everyone was like, well, I got bills and other stuff. So that's why I'm here, and that's why I'm hustling every day. We've got to decide to up level. We've got to get clear about who our client avatar is. Is it somebody who's broke as a joke? If you are attracting people who cannot afford your services, you are not effectively putting out the right content to attract your ideal client. Because your ideal client is somebody who can afford your services. That is the first check mark that you should probably have on your ideal client avatar map, or whatever you have in your mind or on a piece of paper, right? So this is really, really important. I want you to take what we just talked about, sit down and really decide for yourself how you are going to move forward today and monetize your message. How are you going to package your expertise? I had this aha moment, 3 years ago when I heard Brendan Burchard share how to make $1 million. I was like, what? That's how easy it is? I didn't grow up with a great money mindset. That wasn't how I was raised. I didn't see the possibility and potential. And ever since that moment, I've been crazy obsessed telling everybody I know, whether they care to know or not, that, guys, there's so many possibilities. There's so many ways that you could monetize your message. I'm running up to my voice teacher. I'm like, all right, so we can map out this online course for you. You could sell it this way. I'm running up to this person, that person, my family members. Everyone thinks I'm crazy. But the reality is that, you guys, there's so many opportunities. So many opportunities. You just have to realize that it may be your belief that's holding you back. It may be the fact that you don't know the how-to. You're like, well, I don't have the system or strategy. I think this is a really great idea, Jen, but what is the actual tangible step-by-step of how to create this? Well, I'm just going to tell you right now, that's exactly what Angie and I teach inside the Wellpreneur Business Academy. This is obviously my passion and something that we both have had a lot of success with, and it's something that we wake up every day and just get really excited to teach and share with other people? Let me take some questions right now. Okay. Woo! I love these. Oh my God, you guys are the bomb. Whoa. Oh my God, you guys are, there's so many people. I don't feel like I'm an expert since I'm still new. I don't feel like clients see me yet. Any tips for when you're new? I think that's such a great question. When you are a newbie in your niche, this is a lot of network marketers struggle with this too. They're like, well, I've just gone through these, I've just used these products and programs. I'm not a nutritionist, I'm not a dietitian. I don't even really know if I can call myself a health coach, or whatever industry you're in. I think the fastest way that you can start positioning yourself as an expert and a thought leader is obviously to start studying, obviously start learning as much as you can, but how can you bring on other people or introduce other people to your audience who maybe know a little bit more than you? I give the example of, books where people interviewed other people, or podcasts. You see that all the time on podcasts, where you just bring on experts and you interview them because they bring another level of something that's not your wheelhouse. They bring their zone of genius and they deliver it to your audience. So are there some people who you really love to follow who can maybe come into your group coaching programs and be guest speakers? That's another thing that Angie and I do in the Wellpreneur Business Academy. We have a Facebook ads expert coming in. We've got money mindset experts coming in. A legal coach that comes in and explains, like, do you need terms and conditions, disclaimers, all of that stuff. Like, we're not legal coaches. We're not lawyers. So why are we going to try to kind of half give what we think we know when we could just bring in an expert who actually knows the direct answers and can get people to that next level and really support them in that way? So that's a great way to really get your foot off the ground, I guess. I just want to get started and put myself out there. Yes, I have grown 10,000% in the last year, and I'm doing all these things. I am so out there, but I'm having trouble getting enough clients. Tips. So anytime that one of my clients is saying, I'm putting myself out there, I'm not getting clients, you want to ask yourself, are you being really specific in your sales copy? Are you being really clear about the person that you want to serve? Do they know that you are speaking directly to them? Does your sales copy say, hey, come get healthy and fit? Or does it say, are you a Pinterest hoarder with hundreds of recipes pinned to your Pinterest, but you never make any of the recipes? Like something like that, right? It's got to be a little bit more specific. You have to have a little bit more fun and be a little bit more colorful in what you're doing. The other question I would ask is, have you been consistent over that period of time? Because people are always watching. Your clients are saying, I think I like this person. I think I want to work with her or him, but I just have to watch them a little bit longer. There are people who have watched me for years and are only just now reaching out, right? We have to really say, are you showing up in a really big way? Are you providing specific content for your client avatar? Do you maybe have a Facebook group where you can connect people? Are you list building and getting people in the door that way? There's a million things that you can really do to continue, but I think showing up and getting on live video, obviously, that's something that I'm really passionate about, something that's really, really tremendously grown my business, and, working with Angie, the Wellpreneur Business Academy, that's just been absolutely huge. I think getting on live video and just showing people like, hey, this is what I'm like as a coach, that's going to be your ticket, because that's going to expedite the process. It's going to expedite the process of actually getting people from just meeting you to hiring you. And that's, the faster you could do that and convert someone to a client, obviously, the better for the both of you. Okay, let's see. What if you only have poor people following and engaging? If you only have poor people following and engaging, then it's perhaps time to find some new friends, connect with, maybe you don't live in an area where there's tons of people that are entrepreneurs. What groups can you join? Can you be part of a mastermind? Can you take a course? Can you hire a coach? You've got to get around people who have that upper level mindset. When I had almost no money in the bank, I decided to spend an extra $600 to upgrade for a VIP for the first time, because I decided that I wanted to be around other millionaires or other people who wanted that and had that vision for themselves. I just had to do it. It's just you up-level your mindset. You make that decision that that's going to be you and you're going to hang with the big dogs. If you want to hang with the big dogs, you got to at least pretend to be like one. Yes. How do you find people who are willing to pay for your products and services? You show up with value. You show up with confidence. You become the go-to expert and you make the ask. Too many people, in addition to this is great. Too many people don't make the offer. Or they do make the offer, but it's in a really salesy way, as opposed to focusing on the benefits of what that person actually wants. And that really just comes down to getting inside your clients, getting inside their mind. So if I'm like, hey, you want to buy this shake? It's got protein. You're like, all right, scrolling right past that. But if I tell you a story, or if I start to really talk about different benefits that I've gotten from taking that product, that's far more engaging and more compelling in terms of sales copy. Oh my God, these questions are great. Yeah, guys, just really keep it simple. We're really overcomplicating this and we've got to keep it simple. Let's see. If you guys have any additional questions, I would love to answer them. Yes, I love it. Truth. Yes, we're so glad you joined us in WBA too. Leveling up is always the key for health coaches. Yes, my biz partner Angie is on right now. I love it. Yes, working so much on this lately. So important, guys. Such a key thing. Me, that's me. How can I adjust my content to attract these people, these upper level people? So I think I kind of just touched on that a little bit, but really ask yourself, what kind of content would you need to see in order to invest with you? Or what kind of content are you seeing in other people who you admire? And what do you think makes their content extra special? Why are you following them? And how can you really study what they are doing and pull that apart and really try to analyze the strategy behind it and really ask yourself, why is this compelling? Why is this interesting? How is this standing out? Why is she different? Is she funny? Is she quirky? Is she consistent? What is it about this person that is drawing me to their content? Yes, you guys are on the right track 100%. Let's see. Yeah, and okay, just joining now, but what was the most impactful way you built your audience? I love this question. Live video. Honestly, live video, consistency, and Facebook groups. Angie and I run the Facebook group Health Coaches Go From Social Media to Sales, and that has been an incredible way for us to really engage with our community. It's been an amazing way for friends to add other friends and invite people to come check out the content and mastermind together. So I think having a Facebook group that's a cool place to hang out, that's definitely helpful, and live video, and just being consistent within all of it. There's so many people in the online space. If you are not showing up every single day, they're going to follow someone else. There's plenty of people to follow. Yes, Angie just posted the link. Health Coaches Make Bank. If you type that into your URL, you will be taken directly to the group. So please come over and join us, and you'll see what I mean. Yes, I've just gathered that I'm in the right path, just maybe taking some more time. Yes, that's the other thing. I'm glad you said that. It's time plus consistency and actually doing the work, right? There's a lot of people who I see or work with, and they're like, I've been doing this for a while, haven't been 100% consistent, but when I post on social media or when I show up, I'm just kind of like half-ass it, and I'm like, oh no, I forgot to post today, so I'm just going to like post this on the fly and throw something up there. Your audience knows. They know when you're not all in, and they're not going to hire you. So how can you show up in a bigger way and really serve people? Stop worrying about how can I make money, and really ask yourself, how can I serve my audience better than anybody else in the industry? And it's not about being competitive. It's just about really taking a look at the top people and trying to be even bigger so that we can all expand and that we can all serve in a bigger way. Yes, I love it. So that is what I have for you guys tonight. If you found this valuable, please pass this on to an entrepreneurial friend. You can hit the share button or tag them below. And please come and join Angie and I in the Health Coaches Go From Social Media to Sales group. You can also type in the domain name, Health Coaches Make Bank, life coaches, wellness coaches. You're all welcome to come join us. We would absolutely love to have you. And let's see. Love that. How can I show up in a bigger way? Boom. Yes. I know that's part of WBA. but do you have any quick tips on creating specific content? If you want a quick strategy for creating content, you can head to socialmedia2sales.com. I have a free strategy training that you can go and check out over there. So that is what I have for you guys tonight. If you have any additional questions, feel free to post them below, and I would be happy to answer them. Thank you so much for jumping on. Honestly, having you here, it truly means the world to me. This is what I love to do, and getting to see you pop on every single day just absolutely lights my fire and gives me incredible, incredible purpose. So thank you so much for jumping on, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye!